Hello, this is Douglas Dennis, the Alkaline chef, and this is Alkaline TV. Today, this is how to make berry cobbler. Alkaline berry cobbler, that is. This is mostly raspberry. I put a little bit of blackberries in later, and here I am just washing them off. I like to just get right into the videos, by the way. If you like this, subscribe and hit thumbs up so that YouTube's algorithm will actually show my videos. I appreciate it. So we're going to put the washed organic raspberries on the stove and add a half cup of agave. And that's just a fourth of a cup. And there's a half. So we just want to heat this up until it starts to boil, and then you can turn it off. You don't really have to cook it for a long time. Sometimes I add a pinch of salt or a pinch of cayenne. I didn't this time. And then just pour it in your pan. I have this bakeware I like to use. My sister got it for me. Thank you. And these are have been heated up, and I want to add a little bit more, but this was about 3 packs of those small packs of berries at the store. And now for the topping, we're going to use 1 cup, and I like to use a blend of spelt flour, rye flour, and rolled rye. So there was a half cup of spelt flour, and then I'm just adding right on top about a 1/4 cup rye flour. You could use just spelt or just rye, but I prefer to blend them in this recipe. And then the rest rolled rye, and go ahead and heap it over. You can do a little more than a cup. Alright, and then about a half teaspoon of sea salt. And if you don't have rolled rye, you can just use rye or spelt. A 1/4 cup grapeseed oil, and a 1/4 cup agave, so it can be nice and sweet. This is dessert. And now I added a little bit too much water, so I had to add more flour later, but you could add just a 1/4 cup or a little bit more than a 1/4 cup sparkling spring water. I added a half cup, and as you can see, it's a little too wet. So I have to add a little bit more rye flour to thicken it up. And just a handful of walnuts. I just crumbled some in here. If you have some that are already crushed, that makes it easy. And here's the consistency, but I want it to be a little bit thicker than this. It should be about the thickness of muffins or pancake. And as you can tell, that's a little bit runny. And if I put it on top this runny, it'll just take forever to bake. It'll still work, but I'm just gonna thicken it up a little bit more. And this can be chunky. You don't have to stir it so that it's smooth. As you can tell, it's pretty chunky from the rolled rye and walnuts anyway. Sometimes I add hemp seeds to this as well. Okay, so as you can tell, I just added a handful more berries it was a little bit too shallow. And then you can just scoop the topping, plop it on. You can use a spoon. I'm just using the measuring cup that I was already using. And I plop 9 blobs of this. And there you have it. That's about it. It's pretty easy. Then you're just gonna stick this in the preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Here we go. Ooh, really excited. I sprinkled a couple sesame seeds on top just to make it look nice. Ooh, I can't wait. So this took a bit longer than usual. Because I had something else in the oven, but this took about 45 minutes. Usually it only takes 25 or 30, but you can check it after 25 minutes to make sure it's not burning on top. And as you can tell, it was just getting really brown on top, and it's still bubbling away. The reason you don't want to fill it up too much higher than that is because then the berry juice will boil over and burn on the bottom of the oven and set off all your smoke alarms. So this is it. I let it cool for a few minutes, and I can't wait till it's totally cool, so I'm gonna try some now. Thank you for liking, and thank you. Comment below if you have anything to say. It also helps the YouTube algorithm. And leave some love. I have look at this. Now, I did cool this in the fridge, and then it does thicken up. So if you are patient, you can stick it in the fridge or even the freezer for a little while. This particular baking dish will go in the freezer safely. And then there you have it. I could almost eat this entire pan in one day. And since the ingredients are healthy and alkaline, doesn't make you sick. You can eat more than normal, and it's not like an unhealthy dessert. Thank you for watching. If you want to completely change your life and go alkaline, feeling more and more energy and reversing whatever pain and inflammation you have going on, reach out to me. There's a link in the description. I won't go on and on about it here, but there is a short video that talks about the Alkaline Life Transformation Program. Because if you know a little bit about my story, I was very, very sick a few years ago, and it took me years to find out what was wrong. Once I finally figured it out, though, I was able to reverse years of chronic pain and fatigue in less than a month. And that's why I'm making videos like this. But it's not all about food, as you can see. There's all different lifestyle ways. We come at it in every single way. And I have spent years preparing this, and I guarantee the results. So definitely check it out in the description. Only if you're serious about completely changing your life. This is not for everyone. I'm not even going to pretend like it is. This is only for people that are ready, and it's going to be life-changing for you. Have an amazing day on purpose. It's not going to happen by accident. This is how to do it step by step, and I'll see you in the group, and I'll see you in the program.